before its controversial tax proposals triggered a bitter war of words this summer, Finance Minister Bill Morneau's department was waging a similar communications battle over another contentious file, the Trudeau government's infrastructure bank. A briefing note to Morneau last spring offered a glimpse of the strategy his department hoped to use to overcome communications challenges surrounding a $35 billion infrastructure financing agency central to the government's economic plans. The secret memo offered reassurances to Morneau that his department would continue to work with Infrastructure Canada to find openings where they could proactively counter criticisms and misunderstandings related to the bank. The purpose and the benefits of the Canada Infrastructure Bank are not well understood, said the May memo, signed by Deputy Finance Minister Paul Rochin. Messaging on the purpose of the CIB and the merit of its design could be reinforced. The Finance Department will be actively seeking opportunities to communicate the merits of the CIB to a broader audience. It also offered some detail on how they could defend the bank, including a presentation designed to communicate its benefits more plainly. The partially redacted document, obtained by the Canadian press under the Access to Information Act, was released last week as Morneau continues to fight fresh communications fires. This time, Morneau is struggling to sell his controversial proposals to change the tax system for small businesses, a measure that's been met with howls of both opposition and grassroots outrage. Morneau bills the changes as necessary to end tax advantages unfairly exploited by some wealthy business owners. Critics, including some liberal backbenchers, fear the changes could hurt middle-class entrepreneurs, damage the economy, hinder investment and potentially drive doctors out of the country. Amid the backlash, Morneau conceded last week that changes will be required to the proposals he announced in mid-July. The government is reviewing feedback it received on its tax plan during a 75-day consultation period that ended last week. In defending his tax proposals, Morneau has said misinformation is circulating about the tax reforms. It's not always the case that everything we're hearing is unvarnished truth, Morneau told the Senate last week in reference to some of the complaints the government has heard about the tax reforms. The government's efforts to sell the infrastructure bank earlier this year also became a victim of misperceptions, according to the memo to Morneau. A number of issues have been raised in the media coverage of the CIB proposal, which suggests there are communications challenges to overcome, said the briefing, which also provided examples. The document also listed key areas of criticism from parliamentary hearings into the bank, including concerns about the financial risk of the bank's activities for taxpayers, that it would not provide benefits to small municipalities and insufficient time for parliamentarians to study it. In the weeks after the memo was created, the bank attracted a significant amount of media attention thanks, in part, to independent Sen.